One of the final things I'll say with you today, which I think is something that I believe was our biggest failure of the last 10 months, and I would be remiss not to mention it. And so, again, I had the great privilege of going on some college campuses and encountering students that were wearing, those Bernie Sanders shirts, and I couldn't resist myself. A couple months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, I went up to him. I said, okay, you love Bernie. What do you love most about Bernie? And he went on this whole tirade. I said, well, what do you dislike about Republicans? Republicans are just old white men. I just Bernie, 74, think he's white. And then I kind of got into this rant, and then I just kind of realized, I did more research. How many people in this room knew that the Republican field that ran was the youngest and most diverse presidential field in American history? Does anyone actually ever say that? Ever say that? We had more candidates under the age of 50 run for president than any other time in American history. 4. There's been 4 Latinos ever to run for president. 2 of them were in this election cycle, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. We had the first Indian American. We had one of the only women ever to run for president, and probably the most qualified woman ever to run for president of the United States, in Carly Fiorina, right? We had an unbelievably qualified African-American neurosurgeon who was heralded by the left until he said he was a conservative. They loved him until he actually started speaking truth. Then all of a sudden they threw him under the bus and they called him every single name. We had the most qualified field in the history of American presidential politics. We had more governors. We had more people under the age of 50. Scott Walker, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio. Rubio and Cruz are 44, 45. Bernie Sanders is double that. I mean, come on. He's enrolled for Medicare for 15 years. Give me a break. And this guy's winning over young people. What we have to do, and I think it's been one of the biggest failures of this last cycle, is we could have went to the American people. Despite all the craziness and the finger pointing, what I wish we would have done, it's still not too late, because we have the youngest Speaker of the House since 1868. We have the youngest sitting U.S. Senator in Tom Cotton. We have the youngest, most diverse party right now, and a movement that is greater than just one person, than one personality, and one individual that wants to make it all about themselves. And so my charge to you today is make the movement younger, make it more diverse, and that is what our organization focuses on every single day. Because we have so much to be proud of. And make this not just a moment, but get our young leaders and to support them and to reinforce them. Because we have the youngest, most diverse, most energetic party. And the older guys, they have Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. They're the old, rich, white people, and we're the party of diverse and youth. Thank you so much.